February 15th, Park Circle, playing the shorts again. It's where I play. It's fine. Hoping for one of these aces to come along, and thinking about numbers 10. There's three interesting observations to make about numbers 10. In the first part of numbers 10, the Lord provides for communication for Israel in the form of silver trumpets. Depending on how many are blown, what kind of alarm blast that's being made, the people are to gather. And or just the leaders are to gather. It's a good system when you have 2 million people in a desert living in tents. The trumpets are also to be used when they go out into battle as a reminder that the Lord fights for them and that he would deliver them from their enemies. And then I also use it during the festivals in celebration. What's interesting is that both of those accounts are about Israel defeating its enemies. One, their physical enemies, and two, spiritual enemies of sin and death. Not a nice run, but a nice birdie. Take it. The next part of the passage breaks down Israel leaving and setting out from Sinai by their groups, following the Lord's instruction. And this motif of 3 days emerges, coupled with the idea of them entering into rest, the ark looking for rest, God's promises looking for rest. The author of Hebrews will tell us that the people of Israel didn't enter into the Lord's rest because of their disobedience. But it's interesting that Jesus' third day resurrection is actually what brings us into God's rest. This morning they're either way offline or online and too low. Finally, we have the end of the passage, the prayer of Moses, as the people set out, as the people come in. He starts with, "Arise, O Lord, and let your enemies be scattered." Rise, O Lord. The psalmist will pick up on that theme later. When the Lord sets out, Moses calls on him to scatter his enemies. But when the Lord comes to arrest, he says, "O Lord, return again to your people." Oh, whew. When the ark sets out, the instruction is that the request is that the Lord would scatter his enemies, those who hate him. Oh no. But when the ark comes to a rest, Moses cries out, "Return, O Lord, to your people, your promised nation." Such an encouraging idea that the Lord rests with his people. Miss the branches. That was better. I hope you all are enjoying seeing Christ in numbers as much as I have. I'm continuously surprised that the Lord answers my prayer to show himself through passages that historically I think are overlooked. But this morning, go read Numbers 10. See that the trumpet's call is a declaration of God's victory over our enemies, both external and sin and death. Ooh. Go rejoice that the Ark of the Covenant found rest in 3 days, but we have a better rest in Christ. that after 3 days in the tomb, when they go rejoice, that when the Lord goes out, it's to scatter his enemies. And when the Lord comes in, it's to rejoin his people. Have a great day. Okay, third shot. Use second shot. Oh!